Alright guys, so what's up? Not much. Want to cover another second topic, I guess, what we're doing, fuel system. If you're boosting your car, you're gonna need more fuel. That is a given. So I guess first thing that comes to mind for fuel system is, alright, well look, how much power are we making? If we're not making crazy amount of power, don't overcomplicate it. That's for basic guys. If you're just looking to make a little bit of power in your car, don't go out and spend all this money on this crazy expensive pump and crazy return lines, all this extra stuff. You know, don't waste your money. Just keep it simple. Make your power. Just only thing you're really gonna need is just go buy a 255 pump and go buy like some ID 1000 injectors. Okay, cool. That'll make 300, 350 all day. And that's, you really didn't spend a lot of money. You have I guess a decently quick car. It's reliable. You're not making crazy power where you're breaking transmissions and things like that. So you don't need to spend that much on the fuel system. Keep it simple. Don't try to go all out. Now, if you're looking to make a little bit more power than that, okay, you're right. That's when the return system comes in. But then you got to run your lines. You got to run the top, port the top of the pump. You need a return line. You need a fuel pressure regulator, you need the rail, you need the injectors, you need the pump. That makes your price go from like down here all the way up to here. So like if you're not gonna make that power, just pay here. Pay here, be happy. But if you want to make that power, you're gonna need to spend that extra to get yourself up there. And two, here's another thing. A lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll buy that pump and injector setup, and they'll run that for a while, and then they say, all right, well, it's been a year or two later, and now I want to cut the boost up, so now I want to run something, So the thing is, you can still use that pump and that injector for that expensive, return line setup, but you don't need all that. I guess right now, you could get that later, and you're still going to use the same injectors, you're still going to use the 1000cc injectors, and you're still going to use your 255 pump. So now the next question, all right, well, now I'm looking to make even more power. All right, well, then you can probably get an even bigger pump, like a 380 or even a 450 or something like that. You can put a bigger pump in the tank, but most guys don't really need that much fuel, because the thing about it is, if you're still using the stock housing, you're gonna have to cut it up. And the Walbro 255, it fits in the stock housing, but if you're kind of doing it yourself, I probably wouldn't recommend that, because you do have to like kind of jerry rig it to get into the fuel system. Gets into the fuel housing container, and I really wouldn't recommend that. If it's if you're trying to boost this thing, keep it easy. I think it's Ditchworks, something like that. They make a 65C pump, drops in, plug and play, easy to go. Just drop that pump in. You just literally take your stock pump out, put that pump in, and it's 265 liters an hour. So that's a lot of fuel, plug and play, no crazy anything else. Like a lot of guys, like this is me. I'm kind of like, all right, we're working with the fuel system now. I might take shortcuts over here. I might take shortcuts over there. But you're messing with fuel, and you got electricity going into your pump, into your fuel tank. I probably won't do that right, because I'm not trying to blow anything up. So I wouldn't take a shortcut on the fuel system. But now, me on the EP, what am I gonna do? I already have a leftover fuel system from like a race car. So I'm probably going to put that on my car. But, two, another thing. Alright, let's say you're running pump, you have you're running your return line, or you're not running your return line yet. You're running a regular system, and you say, hey, I want to try E85. Because E85 is the cool thing to do these days. So it makes more power. If you have it in your area, some of us don't. I don't. So, some guys want to switch over to E85. If you switch over to E85, that opens up a whole new can of worms. Now you're gonna need a lot bigger injectors. You're gonna need a lot bigger pump, because it burns faster. So you need basically a bigger fuel system. So you're gonna need that whole return line setup. That's kind of what you're gonna need if you want to run E85. You're not gonna have that. Oh, I just dropped the pump in and I was good with it, because the E85 is gonna burn too much gas. So then you're gonna need your bigger injectors, your bigger pump. But then again, you got to be ready to pay for that, because like for example, like me, I'm probably gonna do 85 in the Civic. I might do pump, I might do flex. I don't know yet. The only good thing is I do have a leftover fuel system from a race car that we built, so I don't really. My fuel system is already here. For me, I'm running a dual in pump hanger. I'm gonna have the two. I think they're the AM 380s. So I have two 380 pumps in the tank, so I have plenty of fuel. Um, I mean, on E85, you can probably push that fuel system to 1300 horsepower, 1200 horsepower maybe. So it's plenty of fuel. I'm never gonna make that much power, but I have enough fuel. Just it's laying around left over. I'm running the K20 fuel pressure regulator and hybrid rail. I haven't got injectors yet. I'm probably gonna go with ID 2000 injectors, but once again, you got to look at the price here. You know, if you're gonna do this whole big play to say, you know, you got to pay to play. That's all it is. You know, I mean, like ID 2000s for Civic 4 injectors can cost you $1,000. You know, so that's kind of like that. Figure out what you're gonna do first. You know, do you really need to spend $1,000 on injectors, or are you just gonna say, you know what, let's just go spend, $200 on the whole fuel system, and I'm good to go, and I'm out the door, instead of just buying just injectors for $1,000. You still need the pump, you still need the lines, you still need the fuel pressure regulator, you still need the fuel filter. Like, you know, now you're head over heels in all this money, and you're just for your fuel system. So you don't want to overdo it, but you don't want to undercut yourself, because that can cut your power out. So I think that's kind of just a good idea of what I kind of goes through my head on what I'm doing with my car, which I kind of just have it left over. But for you out there that you might be like, all right, well, I'm about to lose my car. What do I need to do? Or what kind of fuel system am I looking at? Keep it simple. You know what your budget range is. Spend the least amount as possible, but don't shortcut yourself because you are working with fuel systems. So you want to kind of stick with the good brands, but don't go like eBay. Like, don't go buy like eBay injectors. That probably that probably wouldn't be a good idea at all. Stick with a good brand injector. I'm not gonna. I mean, I like ID injectors, but there are hundreds of other injectors out there that are pretty decent from other companies too that work. So, all right, guys. Well, that's kind of fuel system. I don't want to keep this video too long. I don't want to bore you guys with information. But so I guess we'll go ahead and drop the fuel system on the Civic soon. So new video coming soon. Later.